Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Veronica Olunde, and if today is your first time stopping by, hey girl, please do not make it your last. Click the subscribe button down below to subscribe to my channel, be part of my family, and most importantly, be part of my growth. Thank you guys so much for the love of my past videos. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Today's video is a story time video. It is another story time video. I honestly do not know what to call this, but this is going to be a series. It is going to be about my dating life. Like what it is like in these slippery dating streets, guys. I'm just going to be basically giving you guys stories on how my dating life is going until I find the one. That being said, let me just get right into the gist of today. So in the month of September, in the middle of September, my leave started. So I was on leave, and then at that time I had like a bunch of things that I wanted to do. One of those things was to go to the immigration office to get a few things done there. So I went there, I was doing what I wanted to do, and then my file passed through someone's office. So I was there, the man interviewed me, and then he was like, okay, you're from this place, you're from so part of Kogi State. I also have somebody that is from that part of Kogi State. He's single, and I just read here that you are single. So he asked if I would like to meet the guy. So I was like, no wala, no be to just meet him, that's fine. So my file passed through the guy that he was going to introduce me to. So the guy he read what was in there, and then discovered that we are from the same place. So he calls me and we got talking. You know, we introduced ourselves to each other, exchanged numbers, and then I moved over to the next place that the whole process was supposed to go through. So I was done with what I went to the office to do, and then I went back to him and I was like, I'm leaving, I'm done. Then he goes, okay, fine, we'll communicate now. So I left, and then I got home. So he called me later that day just to check up on me and to be like, oh, you're a fine girl, we may need to talk, we may just need to sit down and talk. So I was like, it's fine, I'm on leave, I'll find time for us to talk and get to know each other, like he said. So that went by, days after days. He wasn't calling. Not that I cared, because you know, somebody, if you like somebody like from the start, you'd be concerned, but there was no spark from my own side to his side. So this guy would not call. The only time that he would call, he would be like, you forgot about me. Or if he texts me on WhatsApp, he would be like, you completely forgot about me, blah blah blah. It just became like so tiring. But then I was trying to be polite about everything, because I know me, I am single, I know I'm looking for a man, but for me to go out it's a problem. I just like the comfort of my house. So that went by. I was just trying to be polite, because left for me, if I was going to reply all the trash he was saying about me forgetting about him, he would not like me. So I just let that slide, and then my leave ended with him constantly saying I forgot about him, or trying to schedule up us meeting, and then I would cancel. So my leave ended, and then I resumed back to work, and then we got talking. I'm like, I resumed, and I closed late. I work in a hotel, so I close at like 6 p.m. and I close really tired. So when I close, I just want to go home, relax, eat, and rest, think about my life. That's it for me. So I told him that, and remember, it was someone that would just call to check up on me once, and when he calls to check, it's just for us to hang out, like telling me he really wants to see me and all of that. So one time he just became adamant on seeing me. Like, I just got a text on WhatsApp, and it's like, can we see today? Bro, out of nowhere. So I replied, and then I said, oh, there is no problem. Why would you want to see me today? I'm really tired. I just want to go home and rest. So he calls, and then I explained, and then that went by. So the following day was like, I would really want to see you today. I gave him the same excuse, and then I said, we can only see on Sunday rather, since that Sunday is my off. So he agrees, and because I already scheduled us seeing on Sunday, he was not texting me regularly or trying to call to check up on me. I know your scope. You know if he catch me. So I asked why he really wanted to see me, if it was something serious. He said, it's serious, so baby, I love you, baby, I need you. When did we meet? When? That you are loving me, that you are needing me. And then it registered in my head because there is this damaged part of me, not really damaged, let me not say negative words about myself, but there is this part of me that when you're adamant about seeing me, or when you say you want to see me, it is either two things that comes to my head. This bro wants to rape me, or he wants to use me to do ritual. That is what comes to my head. So because that came to my head, I just rescheduled, let's meet on Sunday. So he was not calling, texting, making no there as if he no put effort up until Sunday came. So Sunday came, and then he was now calling me Sunday evening. I missed 3 of his calls, and then I called back just once. So he missed my call. And knowing he missed my call, I was like, that's his time. I'm not going. I was already tired. I wanted to go and see my tailor, so I was already tired. I had like a few things lined up that I wanted to do that evening. And it wasn't part of the whole thing I lined up. So now, he calls me back twice again. I didn't pick. I was already at my tailor's, so I didn't bother picking the call. Now, Sunday goes. Monday comes. Monday evening, he now calls. He knew I would have closed from work, so he calls. Then he goes. I just speak though, like I had forgotten what even happened. I just speak from a clear place of my heart. I picked and I was like, hello. Then he goes, hello. I don't like what you did on Sunday. Made me feel like I was disturbing you, blah, 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 blah. I called you, you didn't pick. And then I was like, I called you too, you didn't pick. And then he said he was having his bath when I called. So when he was done with his bath, he called me and then I didn't pick. So I was trying to give an excuse. Then I was like, So I was trying to give an excuse. I was going to say, was I not also doing something? Did he not think I was also doing something all the while I was calling? I just felt no. So then he kept on talking. So I wanted to apologize. So I was going to say I was sorry about what happened. He just cut me short and he goes, keep quiet. Let me talk. I was the one that called. Once I'm done talking, let me say what I have in my mind. Timbati Soroton, you can now talk. I was like, hey, from where to where? Who are you shouting on, bro? So I put the phone on speaker. I dropped it on the table in the living room. Went into the kitchen to prepare my stew because I was not going to allow one man to shout on my head. For what? So I dropped the phone. This guy finished talking and he ended the call right there and then. I was angry, like boiling in my heart. Then my mom goes to add salt to injury. She's like, I've told you to not be talking to men like that, not be treating men like that. I'm like, no, mommy, calm down. Because I am looking for a man does not mean I should let one man talk to me anyhow. On top of what? It's my phone. It's not like he's the one paying any of my bills. Nothing. I'm not feeding me. I'm not doing anything. We just met when and where. Because I did not answer your call about a date that I set up, that you wanted to do, blah, blah, blah. You're not shouting at me. I was super angry. So I said to myself that I was going to let what I went to his office to do to be successful before I reacted. But thinking about what he said and how he shouted did not even let me wait. I just picked up my phone, went on WhatsApp, click record because I know if I called, he probably would not pick. So I clicked on record and then I gave him a piece of my mind. I said, number one, no be you buy phone for me. You not feel the shout on my head. Number two, you're not paying any of my bills. And when and where did we meet that you take a cash out of my head because I did not pick your call? It is my phone. I choose who I want to speak to at any moment and at any time. So I just give him a piece of my mind in that anger. It's like I'm calm here, but I was not calm when I gave him a piece of my mind because I was really angry. Why would he shout on my head? You're not my daddy. You're not my mommy. You're not paying my bills. You were never somebody that ever paid any of my bills. So why would he shout on my head? I was super angry. My sister was like, I thought you said you were going to let what you went to do at his office to click. I said no, and off it. So I sent him the voice note. He listened, he didn't reply up until a few days later, I think a day or two after. He replied with a long I did not care. I just read it and I left the chat. Because why? For what? Why would a man think shouting on a lady is the next thing? I've not even said yes to you. I've not said I love you back in return. So why would you want to shout on my head? Ah, God. To be honest, it's crazy in these streets. If you have a man that is treating you right, that is treating you well, hold the man tight. If you have a girl that is also treating you well, hold her tight, because the rest of us, we are just shuffling. I shall know after what he did. Even if you apologize and he comes back and he's like, I want to date you, will it work? It won't work. So my mom was not asking about him, like asking a few things, trying to get to know him through me. And then I said, I don't know anything about him. I only know his name, and I know that we are from the same place. That's all. That I did not bother asking him anything about himself, because I didn't like him from the beginning. It is who you like or who you are interested in that you begin to ask questions. So I just told that I should forget about him, because I'm looking for man does not mean I should come and take rubbish. I will not. So that went by. She saw from my own side and she was like, why would you shout on my head now? I've not even started dating. We are not married yet. He's shouting on my head. So imagine if we were now dating. This one would say I should bring my face and he will slap me. Mind you, I know I was wrong for not being straightforward about the whole date thing, but he was wronger for shouting at me. I won't take it. But this is like the first story of this series. If you've had similar experience, feel free to share it in the comment section. And with that, I've come to the end of this story time. Until next time,